What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, as you can tell by the thumbnail, I'm going to show you guys how to install a new seat cover on this 2004 CRF250. So let's look at what I got on the table there, and I'll show you the tools I use to do this job. All right, guys, so here's some of the stuff I'm going to be using today. I actually reached out to Split Designs to see if they could hook me up with a new seat cover, and I actually got some graphics out of them too. So these guys hooked me up big time, so definitely check out their website. I'll put the link in the description. They gave me a full set of semi-custom graphics and seat cover. So I'm going to do the seat cover today. So obviously you're going to need a seat, and you're going to need some kind of a staple gun. So I use air, I use pneumatic, but just a regular one works pretty good, especially if you don't have like... These Honda seats are okay, especially if you don't have like really deep crevices. The Yamaha seats have a really deep crevice in here that you gotta poke this little piece into. But if you have a Honda, one of these will work fine. So I like to use gloves just to kind of grip the seat cover without getting oily from your hands. And for taking out the staples, I like a set of pliers and a couple of screwdrivers. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling these staples out. This is nothing too technical. You just go ahead and put your screwdriver in there, pry it out, and then you grab the staple with the pliers and just take it the rest of the way out. And obviously you got to do the whole thing to get the cover off. So there it is, guys. I got the seat cover off there now. So when you get the seat cover off, you always want to inspect your seat foam and all that, make sure everything's good. This seat foam's in really good shape. A couple little stains in it or whatever. But you want to go after and just give this a quick cleaning, and then you can go ahead and start installing your new seat cover. All right, guys, so I've got the new seat cover right here. So we'll go ahead and take that out of the package. Got some, got a card here, and I believe some decals, so that's sweet. And then the seat cover, which feels actually awesome. This material feels really good, so take it out like that. The quality seems really good on this product. So it's really nice to have a good grippy seat cover to work with when you're doing this, because it's a lot easier in your hands. It's a lot easier to pull everything tight and get everything dealt with. So when you put these seat covers on, you want to start from the front of the seat here. So you'll take the front of the seat cover and you'll just put it over the front like this. You want to pull it nice and tight. Kind of see how it fits. So you want to line everything up just right before you start putting staples on, because when you put the staples in, then it's going to be harder to control what's going on there. But no big deal if you put the staples in wrong, guys. It's not a big deal. Use your tools, pull them out, redo it. You might have to do this a few times to get it down. So when you get that kind of lined up, you want to put a few staples in here, and when you're lining it up, you want to make sure these seams here are going along with these ones here. they're not necessarily going to be right on top of them, but you want to line them all up so that the seat looks nice and straight. So, and that starts from right here. So when you put the nose on, that's when you want to have everything lined up to begin with. So I'm going to hook up my air gun and throw a few staples in here. Alright guys, so now that I've got these three started, I'm going to go ahead and pull it tight to the back here now. So I'm going to pull it over like this and then line it up good. And I'm going to pull it as tight as I can up to here. And you want to put your staples in right about here, because if you have to pull them out and you have to loosen it off a bit, you don't want your staple holes being up in this part of your seat. So always keep your staples as close to the edge for the time being, and then when you're got everything kind of done, you can put a few in the back there. So I'll go from the back and then I'll start pulling the sides in, and then this thing should start to take shape. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've got 3 in the front, and I think I put 3 in the back here, and I pulled it as tight as I could, and I pulled the sides around and did a couple of staples there. So I've got the seat kind of where I want it now. So as you can see, everything looks pretty straight. So now it's just going to be a matter of flipping it over and pulling all this stuff as tight as I can, and just taking all these any kind of a crease or wrinkle out of it. You don't want to do this half-assed, guys, because when you put your seat cover on and it's got wrinkles and stuff like that, I see some build videos and it just makes me cringe when you see like these wrinkles in the seats and these loose spots and stuff like that. So really take your time at it, guys, and don't be afraid to pop staples out and redo things if you can't quite get it right. Like sometimes you're gonna get these little tiny creases in here, and sometimes it takes time for them to work out, but when you have like a real loose one like this, let's say, you gotta take the time to maybe take some staples out and redo it. Make sure everything's all tight. See right here, you don't want that kind of stuff going on. So and it's gonna really help you when you're riding too. You don't want any looseness in your seat. So make sure that you get everything all straight and tight there. All right, guys, so it's coming along really good here now. There's just a couple of little things that, like I said, sometimes you're gonna run into things that you don't like this up here. I think I'm going to, this right here, I think I'm gonna pop these staples out after and see if I can tighten that up and get that little bump out. I don't like that. And back here, I'm gonna have to get these wrinkles out. But I think what I'm gonna have to do is, for this particular seat cover, it's not perfectly tailored. They've done really good, like, don't get me wrong. The Thrill Seekers did a really awesome job at making this seat cover for the 04 CRF250. But I mean, you're just gonna get these little things here. You're just gonna have to cut these a little bit, and then you'll have to pull these tight. And when I'm pulling these tight, you guys, I grab the fabric with my hand like this, and I grip it, and I use my thumbs, and I just really pull it as hard as I can. Because once you're pinned in here, and once you're pinned in here, then you can grab that material and really start pulling on it, as long as this stuff here is nice and straight along there. If you've got that straight and you've got it pinned in on both ends, front and back, you can usually reef pretty good on the sides, and it won't put you it won't take you out of line there. So I'm gonna just kind of mess with this a little bit and pop the final staples in, and this seat should be ready to go back on the bike. All right, guys, just going over the final inspection here. This seat cover is looking nice and tight and straight. So I'll probably go ahead and throw the rest of the staples in now. So as you can see, there's no creases or crinkles. There's some from what looks like to be just from packing, from being folded over in the packaging. That's what that's from there. If it doesn't kind of come out on its own, I might take this staple out of here, these staples out of here, and just tighten them up just a tad more. But other than that, that's just from packing or whatever, because it was all folded over itself. But other than that, like the seat's on, the cover's on straight, and it looks good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just throw the rest of the staples in there, and then this seat will be done. All right, guys, I got the seat cover 100% done there. It's ready to go back on the bike. Big thanks to Split Designs for helping out with this build. Definitely check these guys out. I went with the olive drab with the black ribs on the seat. But if you go onto their website, you can fully customize your seat. You either go into the Guts Racing or the Thrill Seeker seats, and you can completely customize your seats, guys. So definitely check them out. And in the next video, I'm going to be installing a set of graphics that I got from these guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell. And as always, we'll see you in the next one, guys.